Hey, so today is the end of Tuesday, and it's our second week today. We actually played with Rails for the first time, which was really exciting actually. Right now we're building a photo blog called Photoger, which is basically a clone of Imager or Imgur. I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm just going to call it Imgur. Anyway, so we are building an app like that in Rails, and kind of seeing what Rails can actually do, and that's really cool. But today we also had a speaker that came in, and they took over space, and we were just talking about startups in general and some practices and analytics that we need to consider. And I think one of the biggest takeaways for me was something called a vanity, what's the word? A vanity metric. And these are typically hits, page views, uniques, followers, friends, likes, how many followers do you have, number of downloads, blah, blah, blah. And what's funny is that those are called vanity metrics because they don't actually mean anything. And I know a lot of people on Twitter who talk about, oh, your follower count means so much, but you know what? It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything at all. Just because people follow you doesn't mean they're actionable. You need to know how many followers will actually do something for you. And the one other takeaway that we had was you need to focus on a metric, on one single metric, draw a line in the sand, and push and exceed it. And then you can start focusing on another metric. Because otherwise you might end up in a position where you're focusing on too many things at once and trying to do too many things with your startup. And it's just one of those weird concepts that everything that we know is kind of wrong. I'm not saying that's the only thing to consider, because frankly it's just one opinion out of many. There was a weird, cool little anecdote that we shared today, and it was at this major airport, who had people complaining all the time about how long it took to get their baggage. So obviously we had the problem of, oh hey, people don't want to get their baggage pretty quick, so what are we going to do? We're going to speed up our baggage system. They spent a lot of money to do that. They had a 25% efficiency, or extension in efficiency, to the point where they were now delivering baggage from the plane in 6 minutes. People still complain the same exact amount. Out of frustration, they decided to make the planes park a little farther away, which means people needed to walk more. Complaints stopped. Why? Because people don't like waiting. It wasn't because the bags were taking too long. It was because people don't like waiting and not having anything to do. So it's one of those metrics that you look at and you need to study. You need to really ask the right questions. And there was another really great anecdote talking about Archimedes, and how Archimedes figured out how to figure out the density of things. Archimedes has taken baths before. You know, baths weren't new to Archimedes. It was the king asking the right question that led Archimedes to come up with the solution. So you pretty much need to ask the right questions to get the right actionable data back. Just something to consider. All right, I'll see you guys later. Bye.